Welcome back to our chakra series. Today we're going to focus on your solar plexus. So the solar plexus lies just above your navel, above your belly button, and it is the center of personal power and confidence. And we're really going to create a lot of fire in that space today. So think about some core work, think about some twisting work. I would advise maybe having a towel nearby. You may get a little dewy, as you know, to be my favorite term. Certainly have water, a block. I don't think we will need a strap, and if you don't have a block, know that I will always throw out the modification, but I'll see you on the mat with a towel, some water, comfortable clothes, ready to fire it up within that solar plexus chakra. Welcome back, guys. Let's start in a comfortable seat. As you know, we talk about this quite a bit when we practice. If you need a little bit of height in your hips, you'll be able to determine that by putting your hand to the small of your back, and if you feel it pressing into the hand, you want to be able to lift the spine so you have an inward curve there. If that doesn't come naturally, that's when you might need a little bit more height for your hips, okay? We want to start to pay attention to this so that we can open up flow through that central channel of the chakras, okay? So either that, or if your knees are really up high, bringing your hips above them with a blanket, a block, or a bolster will help. Let's find that comfortable seat and allow the hands to rest on the knees. Closing the eyes gently and beginning to arrive here on your mat. Starting to notice the places that are in contact with the earth, as we remind ourselves always to connect into our root when we arrive to our mat. Perhaps rock a bit forward and back or side to side as you find your center. Imagining if your pelvic bowl were filled with water. No water would spill to the sides or forward or back. Finding stillness as you find center. And then drawing that energy inward and upward. And imagining just above your navel, a yellow light glowing brightly. You breathe in and you watch that light become brighter, wider, and more expansive. And you breathe out and you feel the warmth of that light begin to fill your body. Imagine that warmth much like the sunshine and the feeling we get when the sun comes back after a long winter or a dreary spring or a rain-filled season of any kind in life or out in nature. Let's find that fire again today. We'll start by breathing in deeply through your nose. Imagine that you could breathe in and open up the back of the throat to create a vibration. And when you breathe out, imagine you're fogging the back of a mirror on your teeth. Sounds a little bit like an ocean wave, breathing in. Lips sealed, fogging that mirror on the back of the teeth, breathing out. This breath of fire, or ujjayi breath, will be revisited through the practice, trying to continue to stoke that internal fire with breath. Keeping the eyes closed here, you'll breathe in through the nose, lift the arms up. Slow, steady exhale through the mouth, or through the nose, as you breathe out. Hands come down like goalposts, or cactus arms, sitting up nice and tall, pulling the navel inward and upward. And imagine that yellow light reaching up through the chest, out into those arms. And we're going to use our ujjayi breath fast. It will be a as we twist. Here we go. Twist, twist, twist. Two more. And stop. Breathe in. As you breathe out, right hand behind, left hand across that right knee. Opening up the eyes, lifting the spine as you breathe in. As you breathe out, twisting from the navel. Imagine you're drawing your left rib toward your right rib, your left chest toward your right chest, And then starting, only if it feels okay in your body, to draw the shoulder blades down the back and perhaps take your gaze over that right shoulder. Feeling the navel draw inward and upward to be the central point of this pivot or twist. Slowly come back to center. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out through the nose, Ujjayi breath, twist in the opposite direction, left hand behind, right hand across. Finding your foundation, lifting from there, and then pulling into that solar plexus as you pull inward and upward and begin to twist over the left shoulder. Last exhale, twist deeper. Inhale through center, arms rise. Exhale, place the hands on the floor in front of you. Now, totally your call how you're going to get there, but we're going to find our way to all fours. If the hips and knees allows, feel free to roll over the knees. Otherwise, just doesn't need to be graceful. Yoga Journal's not coming in today for a photo shoot. All right, we're going to come to tabletop pose here and start with some simple cat-cows. Inhaling, belly drops, chest broadens. Exhaling, pull in and up through that navel. Imagine that fire drawing upward and focusing the central part of your body and nervous system. Inhale, let it spread through your body, open up. Feel that yellow light flow. Exhale, pull inward and upward, round that spine. And then slowly come back to a neutral spine, revisiting spinal balance. You saw this in your root practice as well. We'll step back, right toes, lifting the leg to hip height, extending out through left fingertips, lifting the bicep or the inner arm to the ear. Holding here, belly pulls to spine. Feel that inward, upward lift. Using your Ujjayi breath now, we activate this pose. Inhale, reaching in opposite directions. Exhale, pull under. Crunch. Inhale. Crunch. 2 more. Last one. Extend, hold. Feel the strength from the center of the belly, reaching through the middle finger on your left hand and out through the center of your heel on that right foot. One solid line of energy coming from the power of the center of your belly. Drop the hand, drop the knee, find a cat-cow. Notice the difference between your two sides as you breathe. Taking this to the other side, the left toes will step back, right fingertips extend forward. Leg lifts to hip height, arm lifts to ear height, and your gaze is forward and down, just in front of the tip of your nose. Hold, feel the power, pull the navel in and up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. For 3, 2, last one. Extend, hold. Again, feel that power. Pull it in through the navel. Push the floor away. Imagine from center belly to fingertip, from center belly to center heel. Power and strength in equal and opposite directions. Release hand, release knee, cat-cow here. Now let's send the hips back to the heels. Maybe take the big toes to touch and let the knees widen. Reaching those arms out, taking a moment here to just notice how the belly can soften. So knowing that there's always balance, there's always these polarities. Our chakras can be closed, they can be too open. We're trying to find that place that gives us access to the energy of each channel. And in this case, it is your personal power, your confidence, where you create. Let's slowly slide those hips up and find our way into our first down dog of the practice. Curl your toes, lift your knees first, and then shift your hips back towards your heels. From there, slide the bum up the imaginary wall behind you and start to pedal the heels down to the floor. One and then the other, making it feel good through the backs of the legs. Letting the head hang heavy, maybe even shaking the head yes and no to release. And then find stillness. Root into the hands. Pull the base of the spine energy upward through the bowl of the pelvis. And then inward and upward just above the navel. From that point, slide forward into plank pose. Hold, pressing back through the heels, lengthening forward through the chest. Knowing that knees to floor here is your modification. For 3, belly in, imagine ribs stitching together. 2, breathing in and out through the nose on 1, send it back, plank pose. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze into the belly. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, hold here. 3, push that floor away. 2, toes to floor is your alternative. Last one, step up, right toes to right fingers. Rising for crescent lunge. Arms sweeping overhead. Bending deeply into that knee, trying to keep knee and ankle stacked. Gentle pull back of that right hip, and then focus on center belly here. Your power and strength and balance is coming right from this fulcrum. Pull the belly in. Feel how that draws your hip point and rib closer to one another, allows you to root stronger through the feet, and reach deeply through the fingers. Hold in this power lunge. And then we will activate. You're going to breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, drop the knee, twist to your right. Breathe in and out. Modification is not dropping the knee or letting the knee be on the floor and finding the twist. 2 more. Last one. Hold, holding in this twist. Reach forward through left fingertips and take that left forearm outside of the knee. Beginning to find this crescent twist. Pull the belly in, reach the chest up on the right. Shoulder blades down the back, maybe taking the gaze toward that right thumb. Pressing actively back through the left heel and forward through the right shin. Woo! That is a lot of balance, a lot of core strength. Here we go, 1 more breath. And as you breathe out, frame that foot, step it back, plank pose. Let's shift forward, lowering through low plank, coming to your up dog, knowing that knees to floor and coming into cobra are your alternatives. Again, pedaling your heels here, and then finding stillness. Your next inhale, left leg will rise. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhale and exhale. Last time, hold. 3. Toes to floor is your option. 2. And 1, step it up. Back heel stays lifted. We rise from center belly. Find that crescent lunge. Gentle pull back through left hip. Powering down from center belly through the feet. Up from center belly through the fingertips. Shoulder blades down the back. We inhale. Exhale, twist, maybe dropping the knee, maybe keeping the knee stationary. Maybe even taking the knee to the floor and just taking the twist. We take 3, 2, and 1, holding in the twist here. Trying to get that left thigh parallel with the floor, pressing back through right heel, and then reaching forward through right fingertips as you take forearm to the outer knee and take that left arm up. Trying to look like 6 o'clock on a clock face with the arms as you twist. Belly into spine. Push outer knee to forearm and forearm to outer knee for stability. Inhale and exhale. Frame that foot. Step it back. Find your flow or meet in down dog. Slowly find that gentle lift up through the navel. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Take it across to the left elbow. Right and left. Right and left. Now center. Step it up. Back heel to the earth. Warrior 1. I just shortened my stance here a little bit. If you ever feel like you're walking on a tightrope in Warrior 1, widen your stance left to right. As we bend into that knee, sweep the arms up. Again, powering down through the heels, powering up through the fingertips. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, let the hands come behind you. Interlacing the fingers, lift the chest and fold forward over that front knee. Taking a humbled warrior here, you can rest the chest and rib on the thigh, or you can drop the shoulder inside the knee. Be mindful of your body and pull back gently through that left hip. Ujjayi breath here. One more. Release the hands on the exhale. Let's straighten out that front leg. Hands here can come to either knuckles, fingertips, block, or hip as we straighten the leg. So start to straighten that right leg here, coming into pyramid pose. You may find that as you straighten and pull back through the hip, you need to bring the hands up a bit higher in order to lengthen the chest out. Again, pushing down through the feet, lengthening forward this time through the center of the crown. Feeling how the belly pulling inward and upward is keeping us nice and stable here. Let's take the right thumb, even if the fingertips are on the floor. Right thumb comes into the hip crease. Left hand will come down to right shin. Lengthen your chest forward and begin to revolve into revolved triangle here. Now you can stay here with the thumb in the hip, or if it's in your practice, extend right fingertips out and then start to rotate up from the rib cage, not the shoulder. You don't want to throw the shoulder back before the spine is twisting in that direction. Slowly unwind it, take both hands to the floor, bend the knee, step it back to plank, and come through your flow. Meeting in down dog. Woo, it is warm up here today. We are firing it up. All right, inhale, left leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Across and back. To the right and left. Last time, right, left, and step it up. Warrior 1. Back heel to the earth. I did not even follow my own advice and take a towel up here. Well done. Sweep the arms up. Bend that front knee. Warrior 1. Inhale, arms will lift. Exhale, hands drop behind you. Interlace your fingers, drop the knuckles down. Nice open chest here. And then slowly bow forward, humbled warrior. Again, either resting on the thigh or dropping inside the knee. Head can hang heavy. Arms can reach up or overhead. Slowly release those hands. Fingertips can come to the earth. Start to straighten the leg. You may need more height once you get here, like I'm finding my spine is rounding. So I need to lift. All right, I need to take it to fingertips. I still need more height. My hands are going to come to my hips because in order for me to straighten and keep that hamstring safe, I need to lift that chest higher. Just be mindful of what you feel. Know your modifications after working together for so many years. And just lengthen forward and back. Now, keeping left thumb into your hip, right hand to left shin. I hope I said it right the last time. Lengthen your chest forward, inhale. Ring out towards your left side, exhale. Keep pulling back through your hip crease so the hip doesn't check out to the side or forward. And then if you can keep that hip in place, I'm losing my balance, in which case hands can come to floor or block. The arm will rise up. Let the shoulder follow the rib, not vice versa. And unwind it, hands to the floor. Step it back, this time knees to earth. Knees and shins as wide as the mat. Take it back, child's pose. Flipping your palms up, let the belly and the chest sink between the shoulders. And slowly rise. We're going to come to a seat. Don't worry, we're not getting too comfy just yet. A little more work to be done before we can start to wind it down. But we are going to be lower to the mat. So as you come to this seat, your heels will be to the floor. And your hands can be behind you. They'll be wide, fingertips facing in. Taking some activated boat poses here. Lift the chest, belly pulls in. Leaning back, and you can be right here. So if you're nursing a bad back, or you have some weak abdominals due to surgeries, or anything that you are aware of, please keep it nice and gentle. The other option is to lift one heel, and then the next and hover. Third level, arms out. Fourth level, feet up. Fifth level, arms up. We hold, belly pulls in. That's your fulcrum points, keeping you completely balanced. For 3, you can shake. 2, on 1, hug the knees in, feet to the floor. Wrap the hands around the shins and roll it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, roll it down. All right. We are now going to activate that pose. Arms can be to the side, fingers out. We are not using the option of arms up. Extending the body, it just won't be safe for the back. So your options are here or here, okay? So starting, we inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, long inhale, and exhale, crunch. So that was a double time. It was an inhale on a hold and an exhale on an exertion. Now it is going to be an inhale to extend and an exhale to crunch. It's a much faster movement. We're doing 5. Options are here, okay? Lift the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 3, 2. Last one, hands to shins. Let the chest kind of hollow out as you roll that back down. And then take it all the way down to the mat. All right. From here, I'm going to have to take my clip out. Let the arms come out like a cactus and take the knees up, almost like you're sitting in a chair. So your knees are making a 90-degree angle to your hips, and your ankles are making a 90-degree angle to your shin. So if you have a block, squeeze the block short way or wide way between the knees. If you don't, just imagine that you want to try and keep those knees that parallel distance. You don't want to close them in or keep it too wide, all right? From here, you're going to drop those knees over toward the left side of the room. When they almost touch the ground, pull up into the belly to come to center, and then drop it right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Last one, up and left, up and right. Excellent job. If you have a block, release it. Let those legs come up just for a breath. Maybe circle out your ankles and then hug those knees into the chest. Rocking a tiny bit here from side to side. All right, final exercise before we take our supine twist into Shavasana. Let's let the hands come down by our sides, fingers wide. Kick those legs up. Pull the navel down and then up. So you down into the spine and then kind of energetically up toward the chest. What you'll feel is the hollow of the low back dropping to the floor. Keep that activation. Drop left heel down, press out as if you want to stand on the wall in front of you. Press up through right heel. Left heel is hovering, making an L position. And switch. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Inhale long. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Both knees in. Nice work. Let's take the soles of the feet to the earth. Hands come beside you, palms face up. Walk your shoulder blades in toward one another so you feel center of the back lift just a bit. Push into your feet, press forward through the shins. Let those hips rise up. Stretching out through the belly. We've done a lot to twist. We've done a lot to crunch. Let's stretch it out. If you were taking Cobra or Up Dog, you've got a little bit of stretch, but if not, let this really feel good. Maybe even take a block or your hands under your hips. You can kind of just support yourself and press those hips up and then slowly lower it down. Extending the legs out by your sides. Let the hands come by your sides, palms facing up. Arriving on your mat for Shavasana. And taking your mind's eye to the center of the belly. Imagining a yellow light just above the navel. And as you breathe in, you feel that light grow. You feel like you're standing in the sunlight, in the glow of all of your own confidence and what you know you are capable of creating. Watch that light expand and then spread through every cell of the body as you exhale. Simply let yourself be bathed in this yellow light. I create my own power. I create my own dreams. I create my own reality. I create and manifest all of the confidence that I need to execute the life of my dreams. Soften here for as long as you would like. Allow your body to absorb the work that you've done in our practice. And until next time, I wish you the best, taking the hands together, resting the thumbs at your third eye. Namaste. Feel free to rest for as long as you'd like.